down by 14. And Toretta intercepted by Teague. George Teague to the end zone. Touchdown. Hall is now right in the middle. That says blitz. Passes away, penalty flag down. Lamar Thomas has got it. Lamar Thomas is on his way down the sideline. George Teague is after him and runs him down. Takes the ball away from him. Teague's got the ball. And they tackle Teague back up to 12. Game's over. Alabama defeats Miami. Number 2 beats number 1, 34-13.
Blitz on from the 1. And they throw a fade right side of the end zone for Owens. He got both feet in. Touchdown catch over the shoulder. Here we go. Oh, they're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down, and he levels it.
Here it goes.
And now Teague is aimed at by an offensive lineman. Flozell Adams pulls Teague away, and Owens is waved to the bench, and he stands in the middle of the star and holds the ball out.
Let me tell you something, Brad. Terrell Owens started it. Emmett Smith went out to the 50, trumped him. Now Terrell Owens comes back, and George Teague said, you know what, I'm not going to take this. Good for George Teague.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Teague's Take with George Teague. What? Alongside George Teague and JT, I'm your host, IndyCar Tim. And brothers, it is 24 years to the day.
20 years.
I mean, 20 years. Sorry. Good
You
God.
trying to make me older?
They said there was no math in this job.
Good Lord.
It is 20 years to the day that glorious occurrence happened at the Star at Texas Stadium, the original Star. And you're the man of the hour.
Hey, man, you know what? It was fun watching social media today and seeing all the stuff. And, you know, when you're playing, you don't really think what kind of effect plays will have, you know, or I guess that wasn't even a play. People want to debate that, I guess, right? But, man, it's truly an honor to be here today and be able to spend some time and, man, talk about 20 years ago. Y'all, you're making me old. You're trying to make me 24 an extra 4 years. What's up?
It wasn't me.
That's that Texas A&M math. But anyway.
The Colony High School math, too, on top of all of it. We are live from the Maverick Bar in Carrollton, Texas, 1616 West Hebron Parkway. We are, we used to be every Thursday. Starting next week, it's going to be every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
We invite everybody to come out, join us, watch the show live. I would say shake some hands, but I guess let's do some elbow bumps nowadays and have some pictures taken. We got a special treat for everybody that's in the house live here tonight. As you can see in front of the table here, we've got a giveaway that George is nice enough to have brought. Anybody that's interested in this autographed framed jersey, the number 31, as it should be, not the number 30, the number 31. You probably don't even have any of those number 30s laying around, do you?
I don't, now that you mentioned it.
No, because that was about actually 24 years ago.
That was funny.
Okay.
That was his first go around.
Good point.
But yes, if you would like to be entered in the drawing to win this right in front of us, there's a glass jar at the table right in front of us. What you need to do is you need to get your receipt from your food or drinks here at the Maverick Bar, legibly write your name on it, and then they'll throw it in the jar for you. And after the show's over tonight and here in about an hour or so, George is going to draw for the winner. You must be present to win.
That's correct. Don't leave.
No,
so
sorry, Dan Park.
Good luck to everyone. I'm ineligible, or I would have already filled out my receipt.
Well, I mean, you can always just grab it and go.
It looks heavy.
Hey, I'm still quick. If you do try to get out of here with that,
you got a flat tire too.
You should have saw me run up down that sideline a little while ago. But anyway,
it is family night. Teague family night. Some of George's family is in the house.
I know. We got one of them in here in the screen.
Who is that?
Jada is joining us on the screen. Jada, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, JT. Don't be rude, okay? Give me a nice warm welcome. but I'm doing okay.
We've
I'm
already
just
had some
listening.
brother and sister bickering before we went on the air. I'll be real honest. Pull the curtain back a little bit. But
That's how he treats
welcome to
you.
the show, Jada. Why don't you tell everybody what you're busy doing down there in South Texas?
Besides college, I am working with Sports Illustrated, reporting on the Houston Texans, also working with the student newspaper at my university, reporting on news, UTSA, hey. But that's it. Nothing major. But yeah, I find time in my schedule for y'all today in my busy schedule.
Don't let her fool you because she's not like she actually goes to class.
No, yeah.
I sit right here. The same thing. I'm going to class with my laptop,
That's called responsible social distancing.
Exactly. Thank you.
Taking advantage of what's given to her. So as we mentioned, it's family night, and we are here to celebrate 20 years since George decked T.O. on the star. And then he almost got decked himself, but Flozell saved your butt.
Well,
No, he dodged that one. He dodged that.
So, yes, I did. And so that's part of my talking points is that although I had my little spat with T.O. right then, and I need to learn the doggone guy's name, the offensive lineman, because I need to meet him.
From the Niners, right?
From the 49ers.
We'll have to figure out who that was.
He took the shot at me. So I used to take Taekwondo back in the day. So I did my Mr. Miyagi stuff to get out of the way. And then I tried to get after him. But Flozell picked me up like a rag doll. That wasn't cool.
So I've got a funny picture of me and Flozell Adams that I've got to show you after the show.
Okay.
Remind me. It's pretty funny.
You know how I know you didn't take Taekwondo? Because Miyagi didn't teach Taekwondo.
Well, you know what I'm saying. But I did take Taekwondo. That's your mom. She went and actually saw me compete, breaking boards. She could tell you I broke the wood board.
Me too.
Wow. With your head?
No.
Cardboard. He broke cardboard. That's what he did.
My toes are bad now.
No, they was bad before then.
They called me Bruce Lee Teague. What are you talking about?
Bruce Lee Teague.
Also didn't do Taekwondo.
It doesn't matter. I was good like that, though. Mixed martial arts. I did it all. We can grapple, whatever you want to do.
He was very versatile. He was versatile in his martial arts. So, George, why don't you kind of lay out the land here for us and let us know the outline, who we're going to talk to tonight and what's happening.
All right, so while I'm doing this, I want these two guys to come on up. I don't know if they can hear me or not right there, but I need my brother, Larry Teague, and friend of ours, JD. Please come on up here and grab your chair. Okay, so what we're going to do, as they're making their way up here, so I've been teasing this the whole while. And so we had some family members at the game. My brother, his friend, our friend, family friend, my wife, and my sister-in-law were at the game in two different sections. So we'll talk some football about this, but what was very interesting about that day, and we're going to spend this first half talking to the guys before we bring the ladies up, second half, because there was a ruckus that was going on that I didn't know about. While I was having a ruckus on the field, simultaneously there was another ruckus going on with this group over here. So we're going to dive into that a little bit. First, we'll find out and talk to them about who they are, what they do. JD, slide on around a little bit, please, so you can
come in a little bit closer.
Get in this camera.
Let's pretend like we all like each other.
Yeah, JD. What's that pro team that you like? So what's that pro team that you like? Look at it. He said the Broncos. Now talk up.
Bronco fan, I'm sorry.
All right, so make sure you give me to the mic. Hold that thing close when we get ready to go. So first, my brother Larry. Larry, why don't you tell us where you work, where you live, that kind of stuff first. So just give people background for yourself.
Well, I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I work for Globe Engineering. I've worked there for the last 30 years. So I'm about 1 year away from retirement. So
nice.
Looking forward to that. Now my only goal is just stay alive.
Can I get a roll tide?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, man. I love it. I love it. Okay, Pat, why you keep scooting over there, man? You got to come around the corner.
He said he can't hear you. He got to be able to read your lips.
Oh, he ain't got his stuff in his ear. Okay, well, tell us what you do.
My name's JD.
All right.
And I've been a friend of George's. The first time I met George was at this game in 2000.
All right.
And you know what? I couldn't be more prouder of somebody I just met. And I work with Larry Teague. I've been there 20 years.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And Larry Teague got me the job.
Mm-hmm.
So
you work for him. Is he a good boss?
for Globe Engineering. No, he's not my boss.
Oh, okay.
I went to a different department, but you know what? I wish he was my boss. I wouldn't have to do nothing. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're an employee-owned company, and we only make money if we make money. So I'm just joking on that part. But anyway.
Yes, sir.
That's who I am.
Well, we're glad you guys are here. They drove down from Wichita, Kansas today to come be on the show. So we're proud of them.
Very nice.
Okay, so let's talk to football, Tim.
All right. So what are y'all's memories? What are y'all's memories of the game specifically? Because we talked about the ruckus. There was a ruckus up in the stands.
Well, first tell us where you were sitting. Were you on the 50? Were you 20? You up high, low?
I think we were somewhere around the 10 in the end zone. Well, by the end zone where all the action was being played at the time.
So that 49ers end zone.
Yeah. Yeah. We've seen a lot of their backs.
Way too much.
But truth be told, from my perspective, George and T.O. both should have been thrown out of the game 2 plays prior to the touchdown.
So what happened? What happened 2 plays before that?
Well, I don't know the down and distance, but during the play, what had happened was George and T.O. got tangled up. The ball didn't come to them, but they both had got tangled up, and they were on the ground getting up. And when T.O. got up, he put his foot in George's chest, trying to push him away. Well, George caught his foot, put it up above his head, and they both swung at each other. So they both threw punches right then. So they both should have been thrown out of the game, but they didn't.
Was this the mysterious foot that Darren Woodson was talking about last week?
That he got something
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, but
it was
that's
a dirty
what I'd
ball.
seen what happened. And so now to go into to what had happened in the stands, and because of what happened on the field is what caused what happened in the stands to happen. Okay, because so there was a kid that had wandered his way down with a sign, and his sign read, "Bench Aikman, play Randall." That was at the time when Troy was at about the end of his career and everything. So, but the kid had come down to get on TV. He wasn't from the section that we were actually sitting in. And so, and he had made his way all the way down to the front, and we were like 2 rows back, and he was holding his sign up. And so I couldn't actually see what was going on the field. And this is about the time George and T.O. were going at it. And I couldn't see that because this guy was standing in with his sign. So everybody had asked him to leave because, he wasn't from the section and he was impeding what we were trying to watch on the field. So at that point, he wouldn't leave. And this is the part that, was the reason I got up, was because there was this elderly couple sitting in that section, and this guy with his sign was standing there. And what had happened was the older lady asked him to move, and at that point he turned around and he said some really bad words to this lady. She was in her middle 70s, and she was with her husband, and they were sitting there, and this guy turned around and he called this old lady the last word he said was he called her a bitch, but there was some adjectives in front of that, and I seen the anguish on this gentleman's face that he could not stand up for his wife because he was an older gentleman and this was a young kid. And at that point I said I'd had enough. And so I went up to him and I asked him I told him, hey, you've got your 15 minutes. It's time for you to go. And then at that point, he said some things to me. And so I took his sign from him and I tore it up.
Teagues don't take no mess.
So,
but sounds like you and George both defended something that day.
You protected the star too.
Absolutely.
Well, I couldn't see what was going on in the field, and George was in the middle of the deal with T.O. And so that was my frustration. And then when this kid was disrespecting, some people that he didn't really need to disrespect. So that was 2 plays before the touchdown. So security came into the stands and kind of escorted us out because
Kinda
escorted you out. Did you or did you not get escorted out?
Well, see, that's just it. No, I did not get escorted out because once the security came into the stands, initially they had grabbed me because I had the gentleman by the neck. So they thought, so they thought I was the instigator, where I wasn't.
Can you imagine why they would have thought that?
Well, yeah, but
they didn't know the facts. So.
Just with the people in the stands, because security grabbed me first, and everyone in the stand said, no, wrong guy. So then they grabbed the other guy. So when you say, did I get escorted out? No, because security walked out with him. They told me I just needed to follow them.
Okay.
I like the twist of the story here.
So as we're walking out, when I got to the top of the stands, I was following the security with the other guy. When we got to the top of the stands, they turned to the right. I just turned to the left and turned around and came back in. And as I was at the top of the stands at the stadium, I looked down, and that's when George was knocking T.O. off the star. So I did get to see it, but I was being escorted out, but I seen the actual deal.
Sometimes he's escorted, sometimes he isn't.
He did better than Darren did, who had to watch it from the monitor in the locker room.
Yeah, that's true.
That's quite a story.
So, JD, is that the same angle that you saw?
Well, pretty much, but I'm going to start from the beginning.
There we go.
What he said was all true. It all happened, but while we were standing up there, you came out, did your practice thing, and you gave your brother your gloves after you practiced. And it's my first Dallas game where I actually knew somebody, so it was pretty special to me. But we're up there, and then that guy's got that sign, like Larry was saying, and we're up there, and then he goes, JD, hold my glasses. And I thought, oh no. But I said, okay, Larry, I got your glasses. And when he had to go in front of me because I was on the outside aisle of it. And I said to the people next to me, I said, this ain't going to be good. And that was just right at the instant that you were having your problems with T.O. And I'm trying to watch you, and I'm trying to watch Larry. And whenever he went down there and he started talking to the guy and things didn't really work out, he grabbed him. And then when he grabbed him, people kind of started getting, and the people that wanted him out of there started kind of getting scared. And I said, it's time for me to go. And I took a picture, and I'm sorry I couldn't find it. It was with a 110 Kodak camera, and I got the picture somewhere. But after I took it, I showed Larry, and I said, I will never show this to nobody
we're gonna have to get
until
that.
you ask me to.
We're going to have to get that.
Oh, yeah. I will find it maybe 25 years from your name.
So did you
But
walk out
man.
with him?
Huh?
Did you walk out with him?
Yes, I walked out with him. And after we walked out, everybody kind of left Larry alone because, they knew the fans were booing.
Well, they
the
also
guy
knew
doing
that
what he
Larry
was
was
doing.
liable to choke somebody out.
I've
apparently.
never seen, and I work with this guy, and I've never seen him get that mad at somebody where it was time for that other guy to leave. But he did it. But anyway, so we went up, and George got kicked out. I was trying to watch you and him both when it was going on. But,
Isn't that
I had to watch
interesting?
Larry because I was with Larry, make sure he got out of there okay. But anyway,
Well, he was your ride too, wasn't
it
he?
was in a very, it was quite the experience to me.
Yeah, so this is really
Second time at Dallas Field.
Yep.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
Man,
But you know what? I wouldn't trade those memories for anything.
what do you think about that, Jada? That your uncle and your daddy getting tossed.
Out of the same.
Y'all have, I don't know what was in the air 20 years ago, but I sense a lot of anger, a lot of aggression.
I know what was in the air.
It was the
20 years ago.
49ers. That's why.
What was her? Well,
You were in there 20 years ago.
Y'all left me at home.
yeah, you were like 8 months, right?
This is your fault.
Man, whatever.
Yes.
Oh well, for Justin, fun fact: was it WWEF or NXT? Which one of those associations did you?
WWF,
There you go.
World Wrestling Federation.
What did you do for WWF?
I wrestled.
It was a cage match.
Do we not have video of this somewhere?
No, it's on there. Check on YouTube. It's there.
I'll find it.
It's there.
We'll have that for everybody next week.
Yeah, that was. Oh man, cold days. But anyway, I dabbled in a whole lot of stuff back then to show my strength because I got to say this, about my brother. So me and Larry are very, very close, right? And that's not, even though I missed his fight. I can't say I've seen him fight before.
Because I don't fight.
No, I said I can say that I've seen him fight before.
No.
Yeah, in Germany. So this is why I learned to protect my mother from him, or not from him, but from others, because he was a very strong dude, and he did. I'm saying this in a good way, okay? Right? That some of the things that you learn from your family and whatnot, or what you have to do to protect your family, protect things. He's a great football player as well. I did get to go watch him play. One day we'll have this show on who wore number 13 the best, because all of us wore the number 13 up here. We'll have that as well. But growing up with 7 older brothers, 2 older sisters, that you can imagine maybe some scuffles going on from time to time. So Larry and my brother Quinn, we hadn't talked about this. I think I became a DB because they would throw the ball at me, and I had to learn how to catch. And I
And
really
you couldn't.
I
That's
didn't
why.
catch. No, I just not try to knock the ball down to make sure they didn't hit me in the face because they throw it as hard as they could. So thank you for teaching me all my DB skills.
You're welcome.
Yes. So
I don't know if I taught you everything, but I may have inspired you.
Well, yeah, you've had a lot of that. And so, hey, all you fans that are listening, when we're all done with this, you need to make sure that you get back to us and let us know what you think about this stuff. Is this funny? Is this good? Is this interesting?
Justin
Let us
had a
know.
comment. He said this show is great.
Oh, yes, and we love that. And I knew that this would be, because most people always just ask me about Terrell, what I think, what was I thinking, what did we talk about? No one really knows the backstory of seeing JD and Larry scuffling in the corner of the end zone, and I've never even really heard all of this, honestly, in 20 years. We knew it happened, and the ladies are going to talk about it more because Consuelo and Kirsten have thrown you guys under the bus quite a few times. So I'm really interested to hear what they're going to say about how they felt about me, but also about you guys. You know, it's gonna
Be careful what you ask for. That's all I gotta say. Just be careful what you ask for.
Well, when they learn a little bit more about these ladies, it will be different. So let's do this with them before we let them go. So that was really, really good because I know you guys are football fans, right? So I need to ask Larry because he's very opinionated first. I want to ask about Alabama in the game on Saturday. Missouri, how you feel about the game and our chances to be dominant?
What kind of question is that? Yeah, well, come on. What kind of question is that?
Because he's always going to go the other way. You know, Larry,
No, he's
ain't
not.
been around.
Well, actually, it ain't gonna be much of a game. I mean, it's
So
Missouri.
the line
against
is
Alabama.
the line is 26.5.
See, I'm not a gambler, so.
Well, I'm just saying, but dude, I'm
things-
not asking you whether you put money on. I'm just thinking
Do we cover is what he's asking.
they beat him by 27 points.
See, that doesn't mean anything to me. The line doesn't mean anything to me because I watch the game for the game itself. I don't watch it. You know, all you gotta do is win by one. That's the rule. You gotta win by one.
So do you think they'll win by at least one?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Alabama's gonna win the game. So,
okay.
You know, I like I say, I don't gamble, so I don't put much on point spreads and things like that. You know, that's somebody else's expectations.
Right.
You just want to win the game.
I like that. JD, are you an Alabama fan? Or who's your college team?
Well, I got invited to a barbecue tomorrow if I stay and watch, or Saturday if I stay and watch the Alabama game. And you know what?
Really?
Roll Tide. Any questions?
Oh, JT,
No,
you're
I'm
cooking
not.
out on Saturday out here.
Oh, I am.
I don't know. You talking about some kind of barbecue?
Oh, well, you better talk to the wife.
No,
I'm a big
they
football
asked me
fan.
whether they want me to cook
And
out.
I'm not going to say what pro team I really like.
Say it now that you got the mic.
I'm a Bronco fan.
All right, well, as long
And
as it's not
we're
the Eagles.
0-2, baby.
Broncos.
But-
Who's the quarterback over there with the Broncos?
Huh?
Who's the quarterback for the Broncos now?
Oh, Locke, and he
Former
went
from
down
Missouri.
last week against Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, so now who's the quarterback?
But we picked up Jacksonville's old quarterback.
Blake Bortles.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Speaking of
Hey, we got
Jacksonville,
we got 19 new young players. I got all the hope in the world.
Okay.
You know, we got a tough division. We got to deal with the Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and the Raiders.
And I
And
don't
the Chargers.
even like to talk about the Chiefs. You know, Mahomes, my hat is off to him. He's a good quarterback, but you know what? We can beat him.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
You gotta love confidence,
Uh-oh.
man.
I'm not gonna ask
Confidence.
I'm not gonna ask what you've been drinking, but you've been drinking something.
I
All
know.
the
They're not
confidence,
even
but
going
you
to
know
beat
what,
Justin Herbert.
George?
Yeah, huh?
Saturday with Alabama, Missouri, isn't it?
Yes.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. I'm good with that. He's working on some of them ribs. That's all right. I'm good with that. We can do that. So,
Very nice.
yes, sir.
Do you want to take a break before we get everybody else up, or do you want to go right into
We
it?
need to take a break. Y'all give these guys one more round of applause here for coming up, telling the story.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is Teague's Take. You're hearing all the stories from the family of George Teague, commenting on their experience, their perspective of 20 years ago today when George stood up for the Star and for Cowboys fans everywhere there at Texas Stadium against the 49ers. We're going to take a quick break here live at the Maverick Bar in Carrollton, Texas, and we'll be back right as soon as I can find it, right after this.
ProfoundSites.com for your personal and commercial needs. Websites built, repaired, secured, maintained, and found. Brent Thomas and ProfoundSites.com provide e-commerce development, website development, online marketing, web, mobile, and e-commerce consulting. With over 10 years experience, Profound Sites is responsible for creating GeorgeTeague.com, where you can hear Teague's Take with George Teague every week. Brent Thomas and Profound Sites can take you through the entire pain-free process of building your new website. From initial discussion to planning, design to coding and making your site live and discoverable on the internet. Contact Brent Thomas at profoundsites.com or email him at brent@profoundsites.com.
Hey, this is IndyCar Tim. I want to talk to you about the Maverick Bar and Grill in Carrollton, Texas. It's North Dallas's premier sports bar and grill located at 1616 West Hebron Parkway. It's 16 minutes from just about anywhere in the DFW Metroplex. With all of the live action on dozens of TVs and the big screen, it's the place to hang out and watch the return of sports with all your friends. Friday and Saturday nights, you'll find the best live music in DFW right there at the Maverick Bar. And of course, on Thursday nights at 6 p.m., you'll find Teague's Take broadcasting live with Alabama and Cowboys legend George Teague. Come hang out and be part of the show. Check out the Maverick Bar and Grill in Carrollton, 972-492-7500, or on the web at themaverickbar.com.
Need a one-stop shop for Cowboys news and happenings over at the Star in Frisco? Click on over to cowboyssi.com. Featuring Mike Fisher with 30 years experience covering America's team. It's the most popular of all the Sports Illustrated sites and home to the Cowboys Blitzcast podcast. Cowboyssi.com is the place to get inside your Cowboys. With such a talented team of writers and reporters over there, you'll always know the latest about personnel and roster moves, salary cap issues, and draft class status. Click on over to cowboyssi.com and always be in the know and get the inside scoop on America's team.
Increase time inside your home, noticing all the little things needing attention? Let Repair Resource be your one trusted contractor to tackle all of your home repair needs. They do it all: electrical, plumbing, drywall, painting, and flooring of all types. They can even handle your exterior needs, like fencing, patio covers, concrete pads, and decking. No job too big or small. Repair Resource does it all. Call them at 972-415-1198 or visit them online at www.repair-resource.com.
Hello, Teague's Take fans. This is IndyCar Tim, and I want to talk to you about our good friends over at Meat Church. Do you need to take your barbecue and grilling game to the next level? Check out the great line of products from Meat Church Barbecue, from seasoning and rubs to full-blown recipes for things like pork belly burnt ends, smoked queso, beef ribs, smoked bologna, and Texas-style brisket. Meat Church has what you need. If your barbecue and grilling game is lacking, check out their barbecue classes and other events. They'll help you raise your game to impress friends and family. If you're in the Waxahachie area, please check out their store at 205 West College Street, or give them a call at 214-980-1063, or head on over to meatchurch.com for locations near you where you can get all their great products, or order directly online at meatchurch.com. Welcome back into the Teague's Take podcast. Alongside George and JT, I'm IndyCar Tim. Welcome to the Maverick Bar in Carrollton, Texas. We're here starting next week, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m., broadcasting for an hour or so. Some of George's favorite guests going to be here, stories that he's telling about his time with Alabama and with the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers. Don't ask him about his time with the Dolphins. He won't talk to you about that.
I know. Can you believe they're winning 28-7 right now?
I kind of can. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, I can.
It's the Jags.
Okay.
So we've got Thursday Night Football live on the big screens here, and got some Rangers going on, but nobody cares about that right now. Denver and L.A. on the other TV, so lots of stuff going on here at the Maverick Bar. Everybody come on out. Come out whenever you want, but definitely come out Tuesdays at 8 p.m. to check us out here and say hello. Yes. Interesting, entertaining, and insightful first half of the show for sure.
Man.
That's some good stuff right there.
How'd you hold in your laugh? I saw you over there chuckling a little bit.
I had to turn my mic off. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, you should see the audience out there too. They're out there cracking up too. And I mean, it's great.
So what do we got in store here for the second half, George?
Well, so we're gonna just a moment, and I want to ask this to Jada first. While we got her here, because I don't know, Jada, has Consuelo or your aunt, your mom or your aunt actually talked to you about what they thought about this incident with me and Terrell Owens? Have they actually talked to you about it?
Well, you know your mama has.
I mean, I'm sure she said something, but I mean, I hear stories about it all the time. So, I mean, I don't know it from their perspective, but I know it from all your fans, Cowboy fans. So I'm sure I know a little bit about it.
Jada, what do you
I'm excited to hear what
personally remember about that
my
day?
mom, at least. It's kind of blurry, but I just was missing my dad so much. So I think he did that on purpose so he could go home early and see me. But I think he forgot about
I
it.
like that. So from their time of growing up and actually seeing it, tell me what you think. Tell the people what you actually think about, when you see it or anywhere. Well, how does it make you feel about me?
I just can't believe that's you. Like, I just can't see you doing that. Like, I feel like you're so calm and collected, but I mean, you're different when you're younger, I guess. So I don't know. I just can't believe you really worked up that much and just ran over there and just tackled him to the ground. Like, I just can't see you doing that. I can't believe it. Every time I'm like, ooh.
No,
I still got it. Yeah, y'all want to watch it real quick?
Let's do it one more
for
time.
everybody. Can't see it here in the house, but everybody watching the video can see it. JD, you can watch it right here.
So while we're doing that, why don't we go ahead and bring the ladies up, grab a chair, and go ahead and play it.
All right, here we go.
Introduce them after they get up.
3rd and goal. Garcia, play fake, bootleg to the right, throws it in the end zone all alone. Terrell Owens, touchdown, San Francisco. And Owens draws more boos by standing in the middle of the blue star and looking heavenward and spreading his arms. A touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And boy, is he fired up. Look at him run. Look at him bring the football. He's going to do what Owens did. Right into the middle of the star, puts the football down and spikes it, and that got the crowd juiced. Blitz on from the 1. And they throw a fade right side of the end zone for Owens. He got both feet in. Touchdown catch over the shoulder. Here we go. They're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down. And George Teague levels him.
Here it goes.
And now Teague is aimed at by an offensive lineman. Flozell Adams pulls Teague away. And Owens is waved to the bench. And he stands in the middle of the star and holds the ball out. There are flags everywhere.
And let me tell you something, Brad. Carrollton.
Deuce Staley, ain't it?
So there you go.
74?
I don't know. Someone need to look it up. So, man, how about that? So joining us right now is my wife, Consuela, and my wife, yes, and my sister-in-law, Kirsten Teague. She drove down with them today too.
Nice.
We're gonna have our. So I probably have to do an extra episode with Kirsten because we got some other stories from back in the day. Because she's like my sister, and that's just right. So these ladies, and I'll let JT pose the same question about where you guys are sitting and all that kind of stuff, right? So. Let's talk to them about it. What you got for them?
Okay, well, I guess were you guys in the same section? Were you somewhere else?
We were in a different section. But
Hold it closer.
we were in a different section. But before we get started, Kirsten and I want to give a real roll tide. Roll tide. Roll.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
how you
sir.
do a roll tide. So, yes, we were in a different section.
We were on the front row.
We were in the front row.
Why was your entire family in different sections? That's what I'd like to know, George.
Because,
she didn't tell you this story.
Because where the family sat, where they were assigned, there was not a whole lot of football watching going on. And not only do I like to be in the crowd, but I like to be
She is the crowd.
Opposite side of the crowd.
So we was on the front row.
She's an instigator.
So,
baby.
Right where the Cowboys come out of the locker room onto the field, our seats was right above them.
Okay, so that's in a corner, right? Because this isn't Texas Stadium where they come out at the 50 now. This is in one of the corners
Yes.
of the end zone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which
we were
is
in the end zone.
Is that a cross? So okay.
Really, JT.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, so when this happened, is T.O. running towards you? Is he running away from you?
He was running away from us.
Okay.
So the touchdown was in the end zone where y'all were.
Oh yeah, we seen it
Okay.
all happen. We seen it all happen.
So the scuffle that Larry was talking about earlier, Hurst and I saw it, and we both looked at each other and we said,
"It's getting ready to go down."
And we were like, "He better get him."
Yep.
Because it was not going to be pretty for him to come home if he didn't get T.O. back.
Yeah, we pretty much knew that something was getting ready to happen. The pot was boiling.
So as we're watching the game, I always bring binoculars to the game because I want to see the other side. Because I'm always trying to see George's hand signals and all of that during the game. And Kirsten had the binoculars. And she says, "Look,
my husband's leaving the stadium."
So does that mean he's in one corner of the end zone and you guys are in the other corner of the end zone and you have binoculars?
They were like on the 20-yard line and we were in the end zone. So I'm like watching George, watching Larry, watching George, watching Larry, and they was like, "Hold up, I gotta be watching George. We'll be able to get Larry out of jail later."
So when she said that Larry's being escorted out, I looked over and I'm like, "Oh no." About that time is when George was running to knock T.O. off the start.
So it was at pretty much the same time. But
that's crazy.
But we knew we'd get Larry out of jail later. After George was like kicked out of the game or whatever, we was all proud and stuff, throwing up the egg sign.
Yeah, I'm glad they thank y'all for saying
as he
that.
was going into the locker room, we were throwing up the X sign. So no, Dez is not the first X. We just want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So we were throwing up the X sign, and then George threw the X sign back up to us as he was leaving the stadium. So,
but then he didn't say anything else. After the game, when we all met, after the game in the, I don't know what they call it, the Cowboys and the
Players'
booth or
lounge.
whatever.
Yeah.
Which we were treated like kings and queens. I'm good at. I mean, after we'd had our shrimp and our Heineken, George didn't have nothing to say. He was so quiet.
No more than Larry said, "Man, I met George in the hall," or wherever he said he met George. We came contact, and then someone said to George about Darren being kicked out of the game, and George said, "Yeah, me and Darren met each other too." And Darren was like, "Hey, you got kicked out too?"
I think everybody got kicked out that game, didn't they? Well,
T.O. didn't, did he?
No, but I have one thing that I've always wanted to know.
Everybody knew it was going to happen. There was a battle going on. We were on the front row in the end zone. We seen it going on. They was twisting legs. They was stomping chests. And I was just like, this is not going to end pretty.
Well,
I'm glad it ended up with my brother kicking T.O.'s ass.
I've always wanted to know, though, and I don't even think I've even asked you this question, George. I know that you got fined for being kicked out of the game, but did Emmett get fined for taking his helmet off when he ran to the star and put the football on the star?
That Emmett rule didn't come in until after
that wasn't a rule yet.
That wasn't a rule at that point.
Well, I want to know, of the three people, so there was two of you got ejected, and I know at least two of you got fined. Do we know who had the biggest fine?
Well, ours felt like the biggest one.
Because I really don't know. Well, yeah, I don't even know what
we didn't get
T.O. got
after
fined.
the game, so I felt like I was
Oh, y'all gotta love my family, man. I'm telling you. So I thought T.O. got a hefty fine, but I really don't know that for sure. I don't even know. I mean, Darren had to catch a fine because he got kicked out, so it's automatic that once you get ejected, there's an automatic fine that comes with it.
Right.
It was Darren Woodson, though, so they might have. Jerry Jones might have paid his.
Bet you Jerry paid Darren.
They didn't pay mine.
Well, I did call my father-in-law after the game, and I said, so the game started with 4 Teagues in the stadium watching the game.
And the only 2 left was
and when it was over, I said, and it was left with 2 Teagues left that were not blood. Can you guess who they were?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you would have actually gave me a bet on the 2 that would have got kicked out, if you said 2 people that was watching the game had to get kicked out, I would have assumed that it had been you 2.
You're an actuary scientist or whatever they call it. We would never get kicked out.
Oh, okay, whatever.
We're professional role models.
We just ride hard. We'll just die hard.
That's why you guys didn't even want to sit in the other section where you're supposed to sit with the free tickets.
Yeah.
So I had to buy season tickets.
So George had to buy season tickets.
I had to buy season tickets somewhere else because my wife wanted to sit with the visiting team. You guys haven't figured out this yet. So she said it, but I got to give really perspective. So she didn't want to sit with the Cowboy fans. She wanted to sit in the middle of the other ones so that she can talk trash during the game. So you really want to know that that's part of the instigation and why she wanted to sit there in those particular seats, because that's when we ran out of the stadium. So we always went by. So I had to see her when I was coming out, see her when I'm coming in. But if I didn't look at her, that was going to be a problem, right? So there was always a clue, something like she said, like that, like, hey, you better get his ass or not.
You did look at us when we threw up the X,
Yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
gave us the X
That's
back.
right.
So
That's right. I know what y'all want.
You had that little thing going on. You Swella was like, yeah, we doing it, girl.
Yeah, so she was instigating a little bit.
Babe, you know I'm not an instigator.
Okay. Hey, Jada, you want to say something about that?
No comment.
Smart girl.
Oh my God.
Smart girl.
But yeah, but wait till right after it's over. Our phone
Yeah.
gonna be blown up. She's gonna be texting and FaceTime and everything else.
Yeah, maybe we need to have an after-hours show because.
Ooh, good idea, JP. You are smart.
Our teammate said much for a while.
What how can I? Can't get a word in edgewise over here.
Like, you just over there in disbelief.
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say right now. Trust me.
Yeah, they do. Man.
So I found out who your offensive lineman was.
Okay.
Dave Fiore.
Dave Fiore.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I will remember that. I will remember that. I'll try to anyway.
Yeah. Well,
I'm saying that because I'm supposed to give a shout out to somebody and I keep forgetting the name anyway.
His name is Graham Ritchie.
Graham Ritchie.
Hi, Graham.
Thank you. Congratulations. So his family is here. They came to support the show. Is it mother? Stepmom,
And
birthday, and dad are here tonight. And so he came in and he sent a picture back to him. And he immediately sent the video back to him so they knew what was going on. So thank you guys for being here as well. Appreciate it. Great crowd out here tonight.
I also want to give out a birthday shout out to our nephew, Jaden Bass.
Yes, Jaden Bass.
I heard Beyonce called you today and wished you happy birthday, but now your favorite aunt is saying happy birthday.
Yeah, too bad you're not quite Beyonce.
It just,
Sorry.
Hey, and your second favorite aunt.
You're right. She's Janet Jackson. But
I can only imagine what dinner is like at y'all's house.
Janet Jackson couldn't call him this year.
yeah, this is the Teague, right? So it's not in the.
Man,
different. Whether or
Show
not
up for the holidays, and they'll tell you how to play some cards now.
yes, sir. So we're always competing. We're doing our thing, as you can
All the
tell.
time.
I think everybody's competitive in my family. Those who aren't had to change their name. There's something else, right? So.
Well, I
what the
see
team
now
do.
why you wanted to have the guys on first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you meant.
They
Yeah.
would have told the whole
Tim,
story.
what does
For
that
sure.
mean?
It wasn't my idea. It was all him.
Yeah,
No,
but
she
you said you see. What is it that you see?
Let's see.
Don't answer that.
It's
a trap.
Dominant personalities.
What?
It's a trap. There is no right answer. Don't engage.
He's been married. How long you been married to?
16 years.
Oh, he knows. He understands. He's been married 16 years. He knows.
He ain't been married to Consuela for 16 years.
Well, that's true. I love you, babe. It's all good. I don't know what they're talking about.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Man, y'all high
So,
school
Consuela,
sweethearts. Go ahead and kiss on camera.
Let me ask you this.
Get a kiss. Where's the glasses?
About how often does this subject about T.O. and George come up in the household, like on a yearly basis? Like how many times per year do you think it gets brought up?
I don't think in the household it comes up that often, unless we.
No! It only comes up when we have one of your friends bring another friend over, and then try to say that it was somebody else who he swears for a fact was the one that hit T.O. on the star.
Gosh.
That's the only time it really comes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
Yeah,
a
you tell
close
that
family
story.
friend who came over. Actually, we met her when
Green
George
Bay.
was a Packer, and her and I became really, really close friends. And she moved to Dallas, and she was dating this guy, and she brought him over, and he was talking about Dallas and how Roy Williams?
Roy Williams.
Roy Williams knocked T.O. off the star, and he had no
Oh,
idea.
it's because of the number.
Yes.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
had
He's
no
at my
idea
house.
at the time that he was actually sitting at George Teague's house, and he's just going on and on and on. And I said, that wasn't Roy Williams, that was actually George Teague. And he was like, I know who it was. He was he a Sooner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he was a Sooner. I know him. And my son, he said, buddy, this time you got it wrong. It was not him. And he's arguing with George, arguing with me. And my son looked over at George and he said, should I just go bring the picture down?
Yeah.
And
that really
so
happened.
he reads the picture and it says George Teague, and then
The
mysteriously
egg on his face.
the light bulb went out, and he was like, "You're George Teague, aren't you?"
Oh my gosh, that is
Sheer
hysterical.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
So we tease him all the time.
So I mean, it really doesn't come up unless T.O. is doing something crazy to remind us.
Like Kevin Hart show.
The Kevin Hart show.
I just wondered, like when the kids were little, if George was coming at him and they were acting up, he's like, "Hey, remember what I did to T.O.? You better watch yourself."
No, I didn't have to do that. Jay didn't even know about it until
Like
Oh, no,
last year.
They had a little star in their carpet in the living room, and
Oh yeah, so then we just invite guests on here to just lie.
JT, I told you to pick up your toys, bam.
Dude, that would be funny. Hey, I'm gonna need you to stand right here, put your arms up in the air, and I'll be right back.
The thing about George, though, I will say this: had I not been to that game and did not know what happened, when he walked through those doors, I would have never known. We couldn't tell whether he had a great game or bad game. He checked it at the door.
Yeah.
So
He was quiet. He didn't say anything when he came into the room where the players and family met. He just walked in there and he was like quiet. He didn't want anything. That was the one thing I remember. Like, man, you was just badass. And he's like, walking in like, nope, I don't have nothing else to say. He was just quiet. But
Well,
I don't even think we got dinner that night.
She always remember the
Let's not go
food and the
that far.
drinks.
George is not gonna miss dinner.
Yeah. So, what I'll say about that, it's just right. I did not bring my football game home, where a lot of people do. But after that game, and so it happened twice. When I did the strip with Lamar, and then with this, I didn't really know the magnitude of what it was going to turn out to be. To me, stripping the ball, whatever, it was just a play. Right, hitting Terrell Owens, it was just part of the game. It wasn't really thinking of like, okay, there's going to be a picture made or something.
Right.
And it really didn't hit me. So like when we went and I was up, somewhere else, and I left early, so that was a problem. But I've told that story a few times. So anyway, it didn't really hit me until later when you start watching it, and then it's just being replayed over and over on ESPN and on TV, and I'm like, okay, this is an issue, of that. Assuming the fine was going to come at some point in time. So that Monday when I went in, I got the call.
Fine.
Hey, you got to come in. Well, I got to talk first. Hey, we got to come in.
Did you have to take sensitivity training?
No, so the conversation basically went with them that, hey, so they gave me praise. Hey,
Who's they? Who was the conversation with?
What they're doing, head coach,
right,
and Jerry Jones. That, hey, we appreciate what you did. It's very honorable. If I was in the shoes, I wish I would have had enough guts to be able to do the same thing. And then I got hit with, but.
Yeah, ignore everything before the but is what they say.
We have to find you. Tomorrow, coming out of your check.
Wow.
And the slip.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was like, well, am I allowed to appeal this or what? No. So in our playbook, has all the plays, and then in the back, all the fines. Socks are pulled up or down because you get fined for the socks being pulled down and all the other kind of stuff. And then there was ejection from the game. $24,999.
Oh, wow.
So, gone. The next day, you can try to appeal it, but they're really going to appeal. Did you get kicked out or not? Yes. So, that's all I was worried about at that time. And
So we know that Darren Woodson at least carried that fine. That same fine.
Yeah, obviously. It's just a matter of what kind of help did he get.
Yeah, right. Bad Christmas thing.
I don't know. I don't know. He did. He didn't get that good computer that he needed or wanted at the time. So,
what was he? 6, 7? It's like he didn't need that good computer.
Mm-hmm. And Jada's still reaping the things she can't get because I didn't get a chance to take up any donation. Maybe we can start some donations or something here. I need to get all that money back.
GoFundMe from
GoFundMe for
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
$2, $3, $4, $5 to help. When you put those receipts in the jar, go ahead and throw a couple $5s or $10s or something in there too. Help a brother out.
Boy, you are a joke.
I'm just saying, because Consuelo, you seen how she is. She's like, okay, babe. How I'm gonna get my nails done? How I'm gonna get my feet done?
That's you too, Jada.
Those stuff. Yes, and Jada.
Don't bring me into
my hair done. $200, man. Jada, that costs $180 to get that hair done.
Can I get something done?
Yes, man. I'm having to go to the lake, Kansas, buy all this meat and steak. Here, JD up here talking about cooking barbecue and all that. What a jar at, JD? I need some money for the meat, man, on Saturday. Anyway, man, this has been great.
Roll Tide.
Yes, Roll Tide. So thank you, guys. We're going to let you guys go so we can wrap this up here in a minute. It's been an hour already. So y'all give a round of applause to Consuela.
I see, Miss Russell, that we're playing together on fantasy football.
The answer is no. You should not be worried. Don't worry about it.
Yes, Consuela is. So we have a Teague's Take Fantasy Football League. The street team, we all went in together to play fantasy football. Consuela's in there, and she's playing one of our viewers. So they asked, should she be worried about playing Consuela? I don't know what has she won a game yet? Or is she 1-1? Consuela's 1-1. I am 2-0, I believe.
I think I'm 0-2.
I'm number 1. JT's out. Tim
out. There's 16 weeks. I'm only 0-2. What do you mean out?
Only say that to
yeah, but you're 0-2 like the
say
Jags
that
are
to
0-2.
Miami. Miami's 0-2 and is
win.
whooping Jacksonville right now.
Well, when you play somebody else, whoever's 0-2 in our league, maybe you win that game.
They're 1-1.
Whatever, I'm just saying. But Tim didn't want to jump in because he
scary.
Yes.
I'm just scared. Scared of getting beat by y'all.
Well, next time you
That's
jump
what
in,
it was.
That's what Texas A&M fans. I got to keep getting my Texas A&M go because we play Texas A&M. Alabama plays Texas A&M
every year.
No, I'm talking about which game. Second week?
Oh,
third week.
I think it's the third week.
Third week. It's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll have to wear jerseys that night.
All right.
You got a Texas A&M jersey or something?
Yeah. I got something I can wear.
So we'll wear our college gear that day, that week. Okay, we'll make that a theme for us, and maybe I'll try to find some Alabama helmets to give away that week after we win, or whatever it is. I don't know. We'll think about it. So
sure is confident.
All right, the confidence, but I mean, it's warranted.
I mean, I'm not arguing with them. I'm just.
I don't know who's their quarterback now.
Justice says second week.
Do they got the same quarterback or did he graduate?
Who cares?
That Mundo. What's his name? Mondo.
Mond.
Oh, it's still Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond.
Oh, game over.
Yeah, not in a good way either.
Is it? It's at Texas A&M though, right?
Is it at Kyle Field?
Doesn't matter.
We got to go to the game.
You got the hookup?
I do.
Let's do it.
I do have a hookup. I'll have to see if it's available.
They allowing people in the stadium, or what are they doing?
Suites, I bet. I bet you can be in a suite.
Oh, Tim said he really got the hookup.
I know, man. So we got to make that drive.
You don't even be getting suites.
I don't drive to Kyle Field to sit in the stands. I only sit in the
Well,
suite.
he's got family legacy.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember, he's got family
My dad wore number 13 at Texas A&M.
That's right.
Oh,
did you know that?
I did not.
Absolutely. We got another 13 over here.
All
right. So is
Justin says it's in T-Town. See, Justin is fact checking everything. Props to you, man.
Well, he needs to be here then.
So let me say, hey, Justin, why don't you go ahead and type in your podcast because he does a really good podcast as well. Do that, and we'll promote it. And we, I've been on his show before. Does a really, really good job, and he's gonna have me back on again so we can talk a little bit more college football.
Very cool.
He speaks to a lot of Alabama guys as well. So
who do we have next week, George?
Okay, so Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday, because we're switching from the Thursday. Make sure everybody marks this down.
Tell your friends.
Yes, this Tuesday.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Antonio Langham is going to be coming on to the show. He'll be in virtually from Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
But Antonio Langham.
The man who saved the SEC.
Yes, the guy who sealed the Alabama game in the first SEC championship game.
Ooh, y'all are old.
To win, really, JT?
Yes.
To win that game. We get confused a lot. They always think that he's the guy that also won the or did my play in the national championship game. But anyway, he's going to be coming on Tuesday. He's a 9th pick of the draft to the Cleveland Browns, played for Saban the Browns as well. We better talk some Alabama football, some pro football. And he's a high school football coach I think he coaches with, does he coach with Andrew Zhao? I think he coaches with Andrew Zhao.
Oh, does he?
Who's a head coach in Alabama as well. I think I got to make sure that's right.
You got to have him tell the story about the strip too, because the way he tells it is hilarious.
Yeah, he's good, man. So y'all don't want to miss that either. Make sure you guys tune in next Tuesday to hear us.
And he'll be on video with us, not live here at the bar.
That's right. But still, come on out.
I'll bring the screen out so we can show everybody here at the bar too.
There it is. Pop this on the screen for him, please. So you guys make sure you check out my guy.
The Riley and Constant Show with the Sportscast, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's 6 o'clock our time, the superior time zone. Anyway.
Justin, I'll subscribe as soon as I get off the air here, man. I can't wait to listen to it.
So there it is. So
former Alabama linebacker Marvin Constance is co-host.
So y'all go straight from his show to ours.
There you go.
And we'll keep on rocking. Then you're going to hit the Drunk Sports Show the next day on Wednesday.
Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock out at Barrel and Bones in the Colony, right up the freeway here, 8 to 10. The Drunk Sports Podcast with me, Colby Sapp, and Big Red. And we have a good time out there talking sports and
when you going to have me on the show?
General guy stuff.
Oh,
Wednesday?
All right.
You didn't get the invite that I sent?
No, I didn't get the invite.
I didn't either. We got invited a couple times out there. But.
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk some Cowboys though.
Let's do it.
I have hot takes on the Cowboys.
That's right. Yeah, so we missed Money Matters this week, but we'll bring it back next week.
Right. Absolutely, we'll have the more of the regular show next week, the regular format that everybody's used to seeing. But man, how entertaining was this? From an outsider's aspect, I mean, good God, I'm still crying. I'm in tears.
So that was our 3-part series. So the first one, if you don't know what happened, if it's your first time listening or whatever, 2 weeks ago we had Clancy Prendergast on coming on talking about me and Terrell Owens.
He was the DB's coach at the time.
DB's coach, so he went through. Make sure you go back and find that. That would be episode 8. And then who was next? Then Darren Woodson came on 9, talking about it from a teammate perspective, and then this one from the family perspective. So you definitely need to hear all of those. Okay, go back and listen to those. Make sure you get your receipts into the jar, because as soon as we log off here in a minute, I'm going to pull it, and someone's going to win this jersey.
Yeah, let me scream that a little bit louder. Hey, is everybody that wants to enter the drawing, put your receipts in the jar at this table right here. If you have not done that, go ahead and get it done now. We're about to wrap things up here, and then we will we'll have George pull a name out, and I hope you're here. Otherwise, I get to take it home.
Wait a minute. No, I think I got first dibs on this.
I just called it.
I think all of my family members got a jersey, even Jada. I think Jada got it.
Well, hold up. There's the difference, though. I do have a jersey, but it is not signed, it's not framed, and it has no picture.
Well, the last time I checked, JT makes 6 figures. He can buy a plane. And
I
don't make 6 figures.
Well, okay.
Somebody get her off the
And
screen.
for
We're not talking about that.
So where's my frame?
In the amount of nails, polish, hair,
Why is it on me?
all those kind of stuff. I think cars. Oh well, okay. You want to do it live? You want to go ahead and call out who it is?
Let's just do it.
We'll
Might as
do
well.
who it is. Just like bingo. We'll circle this around a little bit. Mm-hmm. It didn't mix up at all.
Yeah, I don't think it moved.
Here, let me mix it up before you
you
get in here.
I
think glass was a bad choice. We can actually see every
you think
name
about
in
putting
there.
this on top of your head? And
and you got to close your eyes.
I got to close my eyes.
Yeah, because it's see-through. You can,
Okay, you got to let me know.
All right, you ready? Right here.
You're listening to live
so we got
coverage
one
of George
winner
drawing a name.
that is about to win a signed jersey. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is who I think this is. He only put his first name on it. Michael, are you in the building? There's no last name. I'm looking for a Michael.
He's not sure. I'm gonna need to see driver's license. I'm gonna need 2 forms of
Michael's
identification.
Walking up. Michael, come up here and let's tell us where you're from and all that kind of stuff. Here it is, right here. I mean, you can't see. But anyway,
scoot in, get in the
and he
camera.
got
There
on
you
the
go.
cowboy there.
Yeah, he do got on cowboy. He got a nice fitted hat.
Hey, congratulations, my man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, and how you hear about the
Well,
show.
my name is Michael. And I'm from Carrollton, born and raised. I always been a Cowboys fan. George Teague, my favorite player.
Wow.
And it's an honor to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Give him
First
2
time-
jerseys.
It's an honor.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. So how did you hear about it? Are you like on Facebook or you on Twitter or
Facebook.
Instagram? On
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, man. Yes, sir. Well,
You
thank
said
you for coming out.
you said born and raised in Carrollton. Which high school did you go to?
Our alternative class
There you
of
go.
1996.
The wrong one. All right.
He went to Hebron. That's why.
Okay. Got love for Hebrew too.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Smith. Like, is Hebron even a rival of Turner?
No, it's a giant misunderstanding between the 2 schools.
Does everybody in my family talk shit or what?
Yeah, everybody. Hey, I think they learned it from Consuela, too.
Yeah,
I know.
think
That's
so.
probably true.
She's older. So, hey, congratulations to you. After we
Yes.
close out, present this to you. We'll stand right
Take a
here in front of
picture.
you.
Get a
Get some pictures.
Sound good.
Okay. Make sure you promote it on
Will do.
Facebook, letting everybody know where you got it, what you're doing. Okay. So let me ask you this one question. So we got Seattle
Right.
this week.
Right.
What you think, man? We gotta be worried. We ready to go? We gonna win this thing?
Dallas
Don't lie.
27, Seattle 17.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
heard it
Yes,
here
sir.
first.
Yeah, somebody write that down. Somebody write that down for Tuesday when we come back.
Okay.
We'll do it. Hey, thank you, Michael. Appreciate you
thank
coming
you,
on with us, man.
Appreciate you.
We'll talk to you
Thank
after the show.
Yep, we'll talk to you. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up this week's Teague's Take with George Teague alongside George and JT. I'm IndyCar Tim. We'll be back here at the Maverick Bar in Carrollton, Texas, 1616 West Hebron Parkway in Carrollton next Tuesday, 8 p.m. With Antonio Langham via video. But come out here and watch us because we'll still be here. You don't have to just come see him. And we'll be back. Appreciate everybody coming out here. Thanks to the Maverick Bar. Thanks to ProfoundSites.com.
Absolutely.
Thank you to CowboysSI.com. Thank you to
Repair Resource. Meat Church.
And Meat Church. I had to look at the banner and remember all of them. We'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody.